Welcome back, boys. Back to the Rum Hut. You know, when I started this channel, I really never expected that it would bring me all the way over here. But I decided, you know what? Why would I spare any expense? I'm bringing you guys right down to the action, okay? We're in Ottawa, Ontario right now. And this is an away game. Look at these castles. It is beautiful down here. I never really expected much from this place, but you know what? Really exceeded my expectations. Like, bro, check out these castles. Check out like the river behind. Like, wow, really beautiful. Anyways, boys, I'm gonna cover a little bit about the video today, because obviously I can't hang out down the Rum Hut by myself. Place is closed, so I'm gonna find another place to drink, maybe down at the Rum Hut, or not the Rum Hut, but at TD Stadium is what their stadium's called. Never been there myself, but let's check it out. All right, boys and girls, I suppose. We are gonna check out the map here. Clearly I am actually in Ottawa. Just wanted to show you guys exactly you know, where we're going. So TD Place, I actually never really realized how close to Montreal that is, dude. Like, the city is basically attached. I don't know why they don't play like on Labor Day and stuff. This is like a perfect proximity matchup, dude. This looks, you could just drive down the street and go to Montreal. Anyways, so you zoom in here. There's Dairy Queen real close. Cinema Craft Beer Market. That's actually a nice little spot. I probably have to hit up. TD Place. So I don't know what Eurist Services means, but I'm very, very intrigued about that. See if we can get down on the map here. See if we can walk down there. Let's get on the field here. How do I get on the field? Just wait, guys. I'm just going to figure this out. I am going to come right back. Sometimes I'm really good with technology. Other times not so much. But we found it finally, how to actually get onto the street. And let's check out the digs here. The Whole Foods Market, honestly, super soft. Anyone who shops there, you are getting absolutely scammed 100%. This is somewhere I would go, the craft beer market. I'm actually kind of more interested in this than I am the actual stadium itself. And honestly, I think I've just been bamboozled because I did see the stadium last time I saw this. Oh, there we go. No way, dude. You can stand on the street and see the stadium. Can you go through here? No. There has to be like this is probably an entrance, and they probably set up like a guard that you can't, but like, this is a street where cars drive. What is, I have never in my life seen something like this. This is, I don't know how they police this. And there's an apartment building right above too. How do you police that? Do they board their windows up before the game? Oh my god, they must be losing just a huge amount of ticket sales. Like, man. You know what? But honestly, aside from that, you know, it's kind of a basic stadium, I guess. Hope there's you know, I'd really like it if we could go in the stadium. That'd be cool. But yeah, just a basic stadium. Nothing super fancy, but you know, it's new. I bet you there's like bars here. Yo, that's what it is. I bet you this is their Rum Hut. Here. Right here. They probably, oh yeah, here we go. I can't go any further. Right there. King Club. Oh, we found it, boys. That's where I'm drinking. Let's go. This is going to be a great game. Go Bombers. Rum Hut Nation. It's your boy Nick. reporting from the Ottawa Rum Hut or the whatever Budweiser King Club. It sucks. Okay, it's nowhere near as good as a Rum Hut. Okay, you cannot beat an Appleton Estates Tiki Hut in the middle of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Okay, I don't care what you say. You know, you're in Ottawa. It's the capital of wherever, right? Okay, it's not as good as a tiki in the middle of southern Winnipeg. Nothing beats that. Okay, that's one point. Okay, my next point is the Bombers are coming into Ottawa to avenge themselves from last week. Okay, on a real note, this is going to be a test, boys. This is going to be a test. The Bombers, they looked horrible last week. We all know that. But it doesn't get any easier than this. This is a must win. This is a must win. You know, they lose this game. Who do we have next week? Oh, let me Google it. You know, if they lose this week, we've got the Lions next. And then what? This could easily snowball into 0-3. You know, Calgary, I don't think they're the best team in the league this year, but any given Sunday, like this is a must win. This is a litmus test for this crew. They need to come out and they need to prove that they are the team from last year, because my last video, what I said was the Bombers, all their comments, the media, everything, none of it was saying that they want to be better than last year. It's all about what they did last year. They want to get back to there. They want to get back. They need to be better than last year because you guys didn't even win it. And now we're a year removed. And you've lost 2 in a row. I was at not the last one, but the one before that in some place we don't talk about. But and you're coming and you're losing more players. You're losing more players. So you gotta have a higher standard, even if it's not, even if it's not true. Just judging off last game, to me, it's hard for me to believe that this team will be better than they were last year, which needs to be the outcome, right? Like by the end of the year, this team needs to be better than they were last year. Like not necessarily in the regular season, but in the playoffs. So, and obviously winning the games will get you in the playoffs, but the West seems to be a gauntlet this year. Like the only team there's 2 teams that are probably beatable almost every time that I could see the Bombers just beating up on would be Edmonton and Calgary. But even those teams, like with McLeod Bethel Thompson, like Edmonton doesn't look that bad. Calgary, they're always a tough team, even though they don't have some of the guys that they've had in the past. Like I'm not super sold on Mayer, but even that team could beat you like just any week, right? Like so. But my point is this is a very, very important game for the Bombers, and I think as Bomber fans, we really need to stop giving them a pass, I guess. And that's kind of why I'm doing this, because I am the passionate guy at the Rum Hut who is not afraid of calling out the people who need to be called out. Okay, I'm not attached to the players. I'm really not. I'm not attached to the players. I'm not attached to the coaching staff. If I think somebody needs to go, I think they need to go, right? Like, I think we're too early to talk about any of that. One thing that's kind of concerning for me is obviously the injuries that we've had already this year. Like, what have we been doing? Like, and I think we kind of brushed it under the rug, but like, so these guys haven't played for a full year, okay? Like, or not, maybe not a full year, but say 6 months, right? So how do you come into the season or training camp with Nick Dembski injured. You have Brady Oliveira injured. You got Adam Bighill injured. You got Patty Neufeld injured. You know, like, those are just the ones I can name off the top of my head. That's 4 guys that are come into camp injured. Where's the accountability? You know, like, I get it. A freak accident happens. But for 4 guys, and then obviously they're behind, and now, you know, in the game, they look horrible. Like, how many catches did, you know, Dembski have last year, even though he's my favorite player? Or not last year, but last game. He's my favorite player. I love the guy. No, I met him in real life many times. Like, 1? He had a fumble. I remember that. You know, we don't talk stats too much here because it's just not, it's nerd stuff. We're just hanging out at the hut. We're talking football. It's a comedy show. It's a ranting show for me. But, you know, Dembski, I think 11 carries for 38 yards. Like, that's not acceptable. 3 yards a carry, bro? Or 3.5 or something? For you? Like, I mean, it's clearly something wrong, right? But yeah, so it'll be interesting this game. We are going to be again without Lawler. We're going to be without Oliveira. You know, who else is out? I can't even remember. I think there's one other out. But those 2 guys are going to leave huge holes. Johnny Augustine is going to come in and fill in for Brady Oliveira. I think he's completely capable. You know, like, I don't think he can maybe be your star running back for every single game of the year, especially not in the Bomber system where, you know, you're going to need him to basically put up MOP numbers based on what we saw last year, right? But I think Augustine it definitely brings a different dimension to the team. He is more of a north-south kind of guy. He doesn't have that sort of patience and run-you-over mentality. He's more of a hit-the-hole, one-cut kind of guy. He's going to just pick up his 6 yards. But then he starts hitting guys in the defensive secondary, and the guy's a beast. So I think he'll do an admirable job. I don't think, you know, we can really expect 150 yards from him or anything like that. But he has had those games in the past. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. And then the other guy I wanted to talk about, and let's get back into, oh, shoot. Oh, no. We lost it. There we go. Back down at the Ottawa Rum Hut. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's turn our attention over here. This is a fire route. How is there a fire route here? Oh, no. So do they shut this down during the game, or I don't know. This is poor planning. Anyways, boys, where was I? Right, Kenny Lawler. Kenny Lawler's out, and we are going to be getting a little bit of Carrick Wheatfall. Saw a few clips from him in Fresno State. You know, he looks... It's impossible to say. You know, he's a taller body. He's a 6'2", leaner. Looks like he can run. But you know what? It's impossible to say, man. Like, the one problem that I've had this past year, and it's kind of my main problem that I've had with the Bombers this year, is it seems there's a lack of talent that they've recruited. Does anybody else get that feeling? Like, you look at other teams, and they'll go and find this, like, star receiver. And, you know, the Bombers have done in the past. Kenny Lawler, Dalton Schoen. You know, they found, Wolotarski was a Canadian player. You know, we found Strevler, Jeff Coate, Alexander. We found, list goes on, Kyrie Wilson, so on and so forth. But it seems maybe like at a lesser extent like a lot of the star players that the Bombers have had in the past have come from, elsewhere. Like, when was the last time the Bombers found a star quarterback? When was the last time they found an actual star quarterback? It's been, in my whole lifetime, I don't remember us finding a star quarterback. Even Kevin Glenn came from the Riders, I think. But he was in the CFL. I'm pretty sure he was with the Riders before he came to the Bombers. So we've never found quarterbacks ever in the last 30 years. Zach Collaros comes from gets traded from Toronto after he's injured, and we luck into it, right? So it's just very difficult when you're unable to find your own guys and properly scout, and maybe guys are not willing to come up here. But that's a real big concern for me. Like, they found Kenny Lawler, they found Dalton Schoen, but that was all in like 1 year or 2 years, or 2 years time. I guess Rashid Bailey would be another name. But consistently, it seems like we lack behind other teams when they are constantly finding guys and then finding their replacement. So that is a big question mark for me this year, is do we have those guys that are going to be behind? Because once those guys get injured, it is such a absolute fall off a cliff. Like, you lose a Kenny Lawler, and I get it, he's a star. He's a star in the league, and you're not going to really expect that replacement to be on his level. But we need some sort of production. Like, let's, for example, say if Collaros got injured, well, you've got Strevler, but is he going to run the same offense as Zach is? Like, maybe, possibly. I don't think he has that same finesse and precision to his passing game that Zach does. And then you look behind him, Terry Wilson. Then you've got, whoever they signed at the end. Like, I don't think they even have another guy, maybe on the practice roster. But my point is that, one injury could completely derail this team. And I don't think that we have the depth to withstand these injuries. Carrick Wheatfall, maybe he's a serviceable replacement, but it'll be a huge, huge test, especially since he's going. Lawler's out for 4 to 6 weeks, so I guess we'll see. That is my number one concern for the team this week. How do those guys get replaced, and are they going to, fit in right away? Is it going to take a game or two? I guess we'll see. Okay, boys. Well, that's pretty much all I got for today. Thank you for watching. Once again, it's your boy Rumhut, and chilling on an away game. I'm gonna do this for every single team we play this year, so we're gonna go to every single stadium, at least the ones that we go to this year. I think it's all of them. We're gonna check out what's going on there, see if there's any good places to drink. I think the best place here to drink probably be this craft beer market that's just around the corner. And my prediction for this game, I have a little bit of doubts here. Big doubts. I just get PTSD thinking about that Dustin Crum game, which I think was kind of the downfall of the Bombers last year, and I think they lost a lot of confidence. I do have my doubts, but I am optimistic. I think the Bombers have... as long as they've taken the last loss personally, made the appropriate changes, I think they do come with the win this game. The problem, though, is it's going to be a blowout one way or another. I think the Bombers either win by a bunch or they lose by 3. I don't think it's a close game. The Bombers win by like 1 score. I think it's either they win by multiple scores or they lose, and it's on the road, so Bombers by 7. Thank you for watching, guys. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you like it. If you don't, fuck you, I guess. And just kidding. Peace.